let people get in. It always takes just a moment for it to go live. Actually, let me make sure I'm live. Yeah, I always forget to turn this on.
This otter is so distracting.
Oh yeah, no, super, yeah, super cute. No, I do this because I realize like in the eventuality, because I mean, it just happens. You just have a tendency to forget about things. If for some reason, um, something happened and because I full screen this, I just do the screen capture. If something happened, I don't want to show DMs, even if they're like, because I don't really talk about anything um, too, you know, private for most situations, but just for the sake of privacy, journalistic integrity, I don't like to, you
No,
know.
that makes sense. No, no,
Um,
absolutely.
by the
Absolutely
way, I
agree.
sincerely appreciate your Sister Act Whoopi Goldberg poster behind on the door.
Oh, it's actually the Broadway show. I went to see the Broadway
Oh,
show.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then the one on top is when I went to AnimeCon, I met the voice actress of Ash Ketchum,
Oh,
and that's who
really?
signed autograph. Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. I I have actually only been to like one or two. I've been to gaming conventions. Like I used to live in Indianapolis, so we went to like Gen Con and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Okay.
Um, but I've actually never been to just a pure anime convention. At least I haven't had the chance to. So uh, I'd like to go at some point. I just have to get some friends to go with me. I'd like to go to TwitchCon at some point.
I definitely want to go to TwitchCon in San Diego. That's definitely my next goal. I went to PAX East during COVID.
Oh, how was that?
A nightmare,
I
kind of,
kind of figured, yeah.
but it was a really nice experience. Especially it was my first gaming convention because last year I went to VidCon, and VidCon mostly focuses on like YouTubers and stuff like that. So
Okay, cool. So you do YouTube as well?
I used to, but I should get back to it because the YouTube partnership did email me that I do hit the qualifications for it. All I
Oh,
need
okay.
is to upload more videos because I have over 1,000 subscribers. But the thing is, editing is a pain. Editing takes hours, and I have hours and hours of game streaming all together with Facebook gaming and Twitch streams that I've saved onto like an external. I have two external hard drives filled with a whole bunch of broadcasts, and I just have to edit them, and it's just a lot of work. So little by little,
Okay, well,
getting there.
I definitely want to get because it seems to be the last, I would say 3 or 4 people that I've interviewed have also been on YouTube as well. Whereas a lot of people on Twitch are kind of getting around to YouTube as an eventuality, more so that they started on YouTube or it was like a joint effort. Um,
Oh, we're live. Hi everyone.
yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So okay. Um, So, with that being said, since people are kind of coming in now, I guess we can go ahead and get started. And like I said, I don't want to keep you because I know you've got your stream to go on. Um, and for those of you who are from my chat, our guest today is Ale Dream Game On. And
Hi.
uh, which I'm going to be honest, I think I'm going to go with Dream. So I can pronounce Dream. I don't want to screw that up. Um, and it's always an awesome experience to meet somebody new. This is an interesting situation because this is not only really the first time that we've talked for an interview, we've talked a little bit through messages on Twitch and stuff like that, setting up the interview. My fault that it took so long, um, but this is somebody whose community I'm very recently been introduced to as well. It's not somebody that I've like in the case of Shady Spartan who will be on later, or Skeptic Llama the other day. It's not people that I've known for quite a while, so this is really interesting to me because I get to learn everything new this time. Um, so
Oh,
welcome
yay.
everybody. Welcome from my stream. If you are new here, in general, welcome, and we'll be giving shout outs for Dream during the interview so that you all can drop a follow on Dream's channel. Um, and actually, let me go ahead and do that right now.
I also brought some friends of mine here in the chat.
Oh, okay. Which ones are from yours? Oh, okay. So you've been playing Batman.
Chocolate, Wolf Moon, Retro
Oh,
Turtle.
okay. Pog, awesome. And
Yeah.
hello everybody, and hello to Gravity and Cappy as well. Hope you all are doing well. Um, so let's get started. And as always, I let the guest introduce themselves because nobody can do it better than the guest. So, Alay, if you want to take a moment to introduce yourself.
Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm Andrea, but you can call me ALEDream. I am a variety game streamer on Twitch, and I am the leader of all the shooting stars.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I just joined the Discord server earlier today, so I really like the name. And I don't know why. Shooting stars always remind me. I know it's a lot to do with dreams and
Oh,
astro. I always am reminded of Kirby. I don't know why. I just always, because like half the levels start with him on a shooting star, and I'm just kind of always reminded of that. Um, so of course I have to know, very unique name. So how'd you get the name?
so Ale Dream, basically ALE are actually my initials to
Okay.
my real name. So my first name starts with A, middle name starts with L, E starts with is my last name, and then Dream is the alter ego. I did singing for the past years, and my artist name was Drea, but it was too predictable, so I just added M, and then it just became Ale Dream. So there you go, a part of real me, and reality, like fantasy becomes reality, or vice versa, because the first part is my actual name, and then the last part is like, oh, her persona.
Okay, awesome. Well, I definitely want to, because I know about the Twitch Sing stuff, so I definitely want to get to that. Um, before too long. And I do want to go ahead and say something. Gravity, no problems if you have to go to bed. I will say that, to let everybody know, these VODs are up for you all to view for as long as, Twitch has them available in their library. And then at some point, I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel where these will all be archived as well. So if you do miss it, you can't stay the entire time, be sure to check out the VOD afterwards. And yeah, and I'll of course post a link to it on Twitter and all that stuff. But anyways, um, so again, this is another interesting opportunity to talk to somebody that sounds to be, uh, you know, more extroverted than introverted. Uh, you sound to be more extroverted, like you more out.
I'm actually the most shyest person to meet in
Really?
person. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
socially awkward, and I'm usually a loner.
Okay.
I might look like I have a lot of friends, but I really don't. I'm definitely an introvert. I love being home. I don't like going out. The only reason I go out to like go to conventions and stuff is for networking purposes. I'm very good at
Okay.
networking, but yeah, I'm super awkward and shy.
Oh,
Super.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds more akin to what, because I could always, I was just uh I was just under the impression, because usually singing is more often, it takes some level of extrovertedness to be able to get up in front of people, and especially any type of art form, to put your art on display and just have people, whether you're standing in front of a painting while professors critique it. Oh, that's super cute. Um, or you know, you are in a band playing an instrument. It just seems typically to be some level of extrovertedness. Um, but if that's the case, then that leads to the question: what got you involved with being a content creator?
So before gaming and all that, like I said, I done like some projects as modeling and singing, and when I did singing, I actually had YouTube for about 13 years, I think,
Oh,
and
okay.
um, all my YouTube consists of a lot of singing and doing parodies and stuff. And I didn't really take it seriously because I was still in school, and my mom was like, education first.
Right.
Like I had the chance to be like a YouTube partner, because back then in early days in YouTube it was so easy to get partnered, but now it's like completely really hard. And I I I let that drop, and I let that sink that ship. And then after that, with the singing, I've started on third-party apps like LiveMe and stuff that you see like on those random ads on your mobile phone. I was on those apps, and I did IRL streams, which means in real life, like just chatting streams like this. doing like motivational streams, talent shows, all that stuff. Just broadcasting from a phone. That's it, just using a phone. And it was really fun, and I got into it. And during that time, I got into like a depression, and I didn't feel beautiful. So I heard about game streaming, and I started game streaming without a camera, and it picked up, and then I got like the courage to actually stream with my face, and from there, the third party apps, I gave a try to Facebook gaming, and that's how I grew my community, the shooting stars. And now here we are on Twitch. That's like the popcorn version. The story is way longer, but yeah.
No, 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 no. I appreciate that, and I think that that's for a lot of people, especially people that want to get into content creating. I think it's always a breath of fresh air and very encouraging to hear that somebody was going through a point in their life where they were depressed or suffering from social anxiety, and that social media content creation helped them, because I think there's a lot of people that, my personal opinion, are under the misconception that streamers don't have that, or that they don't have any issues behind the camera, or if they put on a smiling face in front of the camera, nothing's going on behind the scenes. Life is, because it gets to be a point, especially with bigger streamers. We're smaller streamers, but the bigger streamers become almost a celebrity status, where uh, we are, you know, kind of, we make them into celebrities. I feel like a lot of times.
That's absolutely true. I actually had an argument about this between the small streamers and big streamers. I think in general, we're just all streamers and we just haven't found our platform, or we haven't found like a community or something like that. You haven't found your niche. So, as a streamer, because I used to consider myself a small streamer, and when I think about that, I'm like, why am I belittling myself if I want to be up there on the top? Like, yeah, I'm not no Lupa or Ninja or all these other top streamers that I actually don't even watch. I actually love to watch the underdogs. Those are my favorite type of streamers to watch no matter what, because they're learning and I could give them advice. And on top of that, it's just such a great way to get to know about the person just by streaming. So yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
yeah, I actually completely agree with that, and I think that both have their individual attributes that they bring. You watch a streamer with, we'll say, more viewers. You watch a streamer with more viewers, a lot of time you're going to get more of a high-end, not always, but a lot of times you'll get more of a high-end professionalism in terms of, them working with advertisers, and you get to see what that experience is like, that you might not necessarily get to experience for yourself right away. And then one of the things with streamers that have maybe a lower viewer count is you actually get to know them. You get to interact with them. You get to have personal communication. And you just, as much as it might be something they want to do with 30,000 people in your chat, you can't. I mean, it's a wall of emotes. It's almost impossible to have a one-on-one conversation. Actually, it's not almost. It is impossible to have a one-on-one conversation go with somebody unless you just happen to catch one message or one text to speech sub or donation or something like that. It's almost impossible for them to do that. But no, I do actually completely agree, and I have to apologize because I said that, and then I actually said what you said earlier at some point in another. But it's just, to me, I guess the terminology, I've taken away the negative connotation of it.
Okay.
I don't look at myself as, just because I have, not a 12,000 viewer count, that I don't matter. It just, to me, a smaller viewer count is, like you said, you're just, you're starting. You're not at the end. And also, too, for people that don't know, uh, Dr. Disrespect, I know his name is Forebodin on Twitch, but um, Ninja, all these people started 10, 8, 12 years ago, a lot of them. And they've been doing this for a very long time. These are not people who came and out of nowhere they hit the jackpot, and I mean, they did. There is an element of luck, but they didn't just grow overnight. I mean, these are people that dedicated almost a decade to it.
Yeah, I was actually talking about this earlier on the mental health interview I was in with shout out to Dave. Oh, Mindset by Dave. That's his name. Dave by. Mindset by Dave. He's from the UK, and he we were talking about personal growth. How like this is not overnight success. It takes hard work. Takes a lot of consistency. It takes a lot of just you know it takes a lot of determination, motivation, because being a streamer, like I said, it could be a hobby, a passion, and an occupation. It could be an actual full time job. And a lot of people always question, "Oh, you're a content creator, you're a streamer. People actually watch you." I mentioned also earlier about that image of like someone streaming for a lot of hours, and the last image says, "Okay, I'm ending my stream," and it says 0 viewers. Like, um, I was like I said, I had this conversation. I was like, having that one viewer spending the entire time with you on a stream is the best thing ever. Because that one person could have been watching TV, could have been watching another streamer, could have been actually doing something with their life. And yeah. And by the way, my one of my mods says, you look like him, kind of.
Oh, uh, I appreciate that. I'll take that on the compliment side of things. Um, yeah, I'm debuting a new pajama onesie. I wore the bunny suit the other day, but I haven't had a chance to wear this one, so I'm wearing this one now.
Was it? It's so
Yeah,
cute. I'm
though
actually.
it's a wolf. It's not showing up
Oh,
as.
uh-oh. A wolf?
Yeah, so it's
Wolf
yeah,
food? A wolf.
yeah.
I'm actually wearing my merch.
Oh, okay,
So
that's
you
awesome.
can see it. So this is my one of my I think bestsellers right now. It's
Oh,
called
cool.
Don't Drink the Scorpion Milk, and it's an inside joke when I play this game called Crosscode, and you just got rated, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, yeah, so it's an inside joke from a video game I played. Also, welcome raiders, welcome streamers. Okay, that's a little hint. But anyway, so yeah, it's a scorpion who has a glass of milk, and this conversation was so random because I thought I was fighting like sand lobsters or sand crabs in this video game called Crosscode, which is an indie game made by developers in Germany. And my chat was cracking jokes about scorpions. And then someone randomly said, "You could milk a scorpion." I'm like, "You can drink scorpion milk?" And then that's when everyone just started with like this crazy joke about like scorpion milk is poisonous, you can't drink it. And another thing also with the don't drink the scorpion milk, it also reminds me of don't drink the Kool-Aid. So I think it sums up. So yeah, so don't drink the scorpion milk, and there's my Twitch name in the bottom. So yeah, it's
That's awesome.
adorable.
And I think that that brings up, kind of an interesting point as well, the jubilation of which you express having merch and all that stuff. Like, I think it's so cool. Like, one of the things that a personal pet peeve of mine is when people knock content creators in terms of, being happy about their merch or being happy about, I mean, it's awesome, I mean, to have your name, your logo, if you will, or something on a product because that's I mean I'm a little bit of the older generation and that's something that didn't seem possible, when I was a kid. Nobody gaming was never ever going to be a career when I was a kid. It was something that you didn't consider going pro in gaming, you didn't consider being a pro streamer, and lo and behold, now here we are. And I think that you bring up I didn't know if you had something to add to that.
No, I'm nodding my head. I agree.
Okay,
Because
okay.
yeah.
Um, I think that one of the coolest things too, to touch on what you were talking about, with they could have been watching TV. Um, I truly believe this, and this isn't because I'm a Twitch streamer. I truly believe that um, streaming, whether it's a streaming service like Netflix or Twitch, is the future of entertainment, and it's not necessarily, um, you know, I mean, people are still going to go to the movies, and I'm still going to go to the movies. But it's just one of those things where I find myself, I haven't actually sat down and watched cable TV in probably about 5 years. Like I haven't. Like if I want to watch something, I'm going to watch it on Netflix. I'm going to watch it on Hulu. I'm going to go watch Twitch. And one of the coolest things is that people will always ask. They'll say, "Okay, well, what do you provide? Why don't they go watch TV?" And I'm like, "Well, you can't have a one-on-one conversation with the characters in what's everybody watching now, Lucifer, for instance, right? You can't have a one-on-one conversation with even if you're watching athletes, you can't have a one-on-one conversation with LeBron James as he's sitting down during in between a quarter. So it's one of the things that's what Twitch more than anything involves, and that people get an emotional investment, especially if they've been with the community for a long time. They feel a part of something that they might not feel a part of just watching TV.
That is so true. We like you hit it on the nose. You can't have a one-on-one conversation when you're watching like a movie or a TV show. You're basically just watching it because for entertainment. But as you're watching a streamer who has, space to actually like see the chat and interact, it's awesome that you have people to talk to in the chat and the streamer. So it's like more of like an interaction basis that people actually choose streaming over streaming services. I've been actually watching more Twitch streams than ever instead of watching like movies on Netflix or something. And on top of that, you could like watch movies together with your viewers if you have like Amazon Prime, which I didn't do that because not a lot of people have Amazon Prime, so I didn't want that limited and I don't want to play that favoritism. So I just play video games and have a great chat with my viewers, which is fun.
Well, and let's also to add to that, I think as well, and I think it's fair to do so, that video games now have in a lot of ways higher production value than a lot of TV shows. So if somebody's sitting there watching you play a game, interacting with you while you're doing it, they are in a lot of ways watching a high value production of entertainment on top of entertainment. It's commentary on top of it. It's like I grew up with. I mean, I'm not that old, but I mean I grew up with. Mystery Science Theater. My older brothers and my stepdad was very big into it, and so. And by the way, my favorite line ever is there was this terrible werewolf movie that they were watching, and I can't even remember the name of it. But this werewolf was hiding behind a bush, and so one of the guys said, 1947, Ewoks cross enemy territory. And I don't know why to this day that's like my favorite line ever in one of their films. But it's yeah the levels of content have become, I think, more and more as technology progresses. It's more about interaction than it is necessarily about just passive viewing.
Oh, absolutely. The interaction is definitely a bonus when it comes to just streaming itself and content creating. Because if you watch a YouTube video, the person won't see the comment until maybe the next day or maybe a month or
Right.
so, especially if it's filled with comments. When here, you're every second someone's writing, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing? Hello, nice to meet all of you." And it's just great. And that's like the best part of streaming that you're putting all that BS outside. You're leaving it out the door. You don't want to deal with it, and you're just bringing all the positivity to the stream and bringing good energy and spending time with like your family. It's like a family.
No, exactly. Yeah, I always try to the lexicon of streaming. I always try to use the word family instead of community because of how close people are. Um, One thing I do want to ask though, since you were talking about YouTube and comments and all that stuff, um,
Sure.
what in your experience has been the strengths and weaknesses of both platforms?
So as we were talking before you went live, I said the editing is definitely a struggle because when you're live on Twitch, there's not much editing. Everything is there set save them forward like your sources and all that stuff when it comes to and it's live, so it's raw, so of course you have to be careful what you say. With the
Right.
YouTube part, you have the ability and advantage to edit out parts, add parts, delete parts, create new content, and you want to make it perfect. Like you want to be a perfectionist because YouTube is super oversaturated, number one. It's very competitive. Of course, streaming is competitive as well, but the YouTube market is so different because YouTube consists of a lot of IRL activities, gaming, sports, recreational, education, and a whole mumbo jumbo. With streaming, the main part is either music, chatting, gaming, and cooking, or maybe like lifestyle, and that's five when YouTube has like probably a good bajillion or something. So YouTube is definitely really hard. And hi everyone in the chat.
Do you think too that in addition to that, it's fair to say that with Twitch, there might be more adaptability than with YouTube because with Twitch, if a new game comes out, you don't have to spend time editing footage and all this of you playing it. You can literally just turn it on, and if that game is popular, you can immediately get into the algorithm for a popular game that's gone live in 3 hours.
Yeah, like Fall Guys. Fall Guys was out, and people, as soon as it became public, it was the big hit. Now it's Among Us. I don't know why, but yeah, it's definitely uh the aspects of those games is, I could say for Fall Guys it's the color and the silliness of the game, and then Among Us is more of like Clue on crack in a way, due to the fact that like you're playing with your friends or you're playing with your viewers and you actually hear them, and you either see their true colors or you can see who's a bad liar. I'm a terrible liar and I suck at Among Us. I always give away my spot that I'm an imposter. And when people come to my stream, are you gonna play Among Us? I'm like, no, go to another stream that's gonna play Among Us. Because I feel like if I play a game that's oversaturated and everyone's playing it, I'm not going to enjoy it. I want to play what I enjoy.
Right.
And and I that's how I know like the viewers and the shooting stars who comes to my stream comes for me, not the game. And that's like, that's like a little pinpoint of what I'm getting at is people either wants to follow the bandwagon or just wants to be a leader, and I just want to like lead the way. I want to lead the way because I always tell people stay away from oversaturated games because that's the people that are always complaining. I don't get views. No one's watching me. Da da. Are you promoting? What are you playing? Are you chatting? Are you using a camera? If you're not using a camera, are you putting your emotion to your tone of voice? And all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but
If you were to
it's
give
doable.
new content creators advice, is that something that you would be very adamant about, that you want to kind of go against not go against necessarily the grain of what's popular if they really, really enjoy something, but to maybe look to branch out more from popular games?
Absolutely. I always tell everyone play what you enjoy, but definitely give a chance to indie games. Indie games are hidden gems that deserves the spotlight. I think how many indie games I played already, Zach or Chocolate or anyone in the chat that's been in my streams. I think I played over 15 indie games because I did play some mainstream games like Kingdom Hearts series, and now I'm playing the Batman series.
Kingdom
Um,
Hearts. Such a big
hey,
fan.
it actually helped me grow on it as a Twitch streamer because there was a certain niche that came in every day for the Kingdom Hearts streams, and about 15. Thank you, Wolf Moon. and and then after I finished playing Kingdom Hearts, they kind of faded away. And I definitely know if I start going back to Kingdom Hearts, playing fighting the secret bosses, they'll come back. I know that's going to happen because a lot of people have their certain mindset of what kind of games they want to watch. And then there's also the viewers that likes the backseat gaming, and I don't have nothing against backseat gaming, but if I do ask don't backseat game, please don't. But if I ask you and beg you to backseat game, help me all the way. Because especially backseat gaming helps me finish games on a timely basis. And I always check how long is a game before streaming it because I like to complete my games and start a new game. Like right now I'm 50% on Batman. So I want to try to complete that before October 1st so I could start my theme of horror game.
Okay. I'm definitely going to come back and ask you about the horror games because I'm a big, big fan of horror games and films. But I do want to share this. I saw a meme that have you seen the new Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson?
I haven't. A lot of people said I should check it out, and Batman's my favorite hero, so that makes me kind of like sad that I haven't checked it out.
Well, oh, I don't want to. It's not really a spoiler for the film, but I don't want to spoil who the villain is. They show you who it is in the trailer, but it was in reference to the Batman games, the meme that I had seen. Do you mind if I share with you who the villain is for the purpose of the?
I don't care. Ask the chat though.
Oh,
You
okay.
know.
Is that okay with you all? It looks like I'm always like looking at nothing because like the monitor over here. Uh,
So
Twilight
I have my
Bat. Oh
I
no no
use
no
my I
the
use my iPad behind the camera, so when I look at the camera, it looks like I'm looking at the chat.
oh
So that's
okay.
why. Yeah.
No, the so the Riddler is going to be the villain looks to be the main villain in this. Which, by the way, and I cannot remember his name. I remember the movies he's in, but I cannot remember his name of the actor. The guy that's going to play the Riddler is the guy that was the preacher in There Will Be Blood, the young guy. So that'll be really, really interesting, I think. Um, but the meme was that is this movie just going to be Batman collecting 100 Riddler trophies and that being the end of
Oh,
it?
let's not talk about Riddler trophies. I'm not 100%ing the game. I'm definitely not. I only found I think 11 Riddler trophies and they're very annoying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was just a joke that somebody was making, which I'm actually excited that they're going to do. I'm hoping that one of these days that they actually get to do. I think Clayface might be too CGI reliant. But because I grew up with the '90s Batman cartoon, I'm a huge uh, I'm a huge fan of um, Scarface, the guy with the puppet, and with uh, I'm trying to remember what their names were. The Shark, Vulture, and Fox. I think that's actually what their names were. No, the three. That's what they were called. Um, always thought they were really cool. Uh, actually, here's a fun fact for you all. Clayface in the '90s Batman cartoon played by Ron Perlman. So
Huh.
yeah, so there you go. Yeah, there were a ton of famous actors and stuff that did the '90s Batman cartoon. Um, but anyways, so coming back full circle, getting away from Batman for a second, which I saw that you were playing Arkham Knight, um,
Yeah.
which is a really good game. So I hope you're enjoying it. I won't spoil anything
Oh,
on that, but
we're
it's
we're up. I'm actually almost at the end of the
oh
game, so
okay,
it's
okay.
fine. I'm like I said, 58% of the game. Definitely in the main story. I want to do the main story before I do like the side missions and stuff. But the story definitely lots of jaw dropping moments and lots of jump scares. I didn't think this Batman game will make me jump, but it definitely made me jump certain times.
Dragon Clayface is a villain in Batman who was an actor, and he basically found a uh, makeup formula or something like that that allowed him to like keep his youthful appearance, and eventually it made him into like this monstrous um, mutation of a character who was able to take like other forms and stuff like that. Um, and by the way, Zach, I'm pretty sure that's a epic rap battles of history line, isn't it? Isn't that what the Joker says to it? You lost to a turtle that wasn't even a ninja. Uh, but horror games. Okay, horror games. Yay, my pride and joy. Which is funny because I actually have only played one on stream, but the issue I've come to find out is that there's a lot of people. Well, two issues. One, people not necessarily enjoying watching them because they don't want to get scared themselves, but also two, the issue of finding the right one because I know that there's a lot of oversaturation with horror games, especially with
Yeah.
Outlast, which I love the Outlast series, but um, it's uh, it's oversaturated in my opinion. Big horror games. That's where I think more than anything, definitely to check out indies, because
Mm.
they're indie games, which I have a recommendation for you. Um, and uh,
Uh,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I have an indie horror game. It's the Michael Jackson one. Annie Anioki, and it basically plays a Michael Jackson song backwards, and you had to like it's first person, and you have to find the key, and you can't let Michael Jackson find you if not he like takes your soul or something. It's very creepy.
um, I the one that I would really recommend is it's called Love Sam, and
Okay.
it's you're basically in an apartment reading a journal, and yeah, I can't really go into more detail than that. You'll kind of spoil it, but it's really really good. I think it was like $2 or something like
Hmm.
that on Steam.
I'll check. I'll check it out. And you wanted to know my list. So my list for oh my gosh, Zach, no.
Oh no.
Um, so Zach is trying to save 500,000 channel points for me to play Finesse.
Okay. Five Nights at
Five Nights
Freddy's.
at Freddy's. Yeah. I'm terrified of that game because the animatronics are just so terrifying.
Uh, yeah.
And I have my volume on full blast. So yeah, it's even more funnier. So my my game agenda for this October is Resident Evil 1, which is gonna be my first ever gameplay. So that's gonna be fun to watch due
Okay.
to the fact that it's a blind playthrough. Then Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. I'm gonna breeze with those because I already play those. Then the Amnesia collection. I
Okay.
never played the Amnesia collection, so that would be a first playthrough. And then Resident Evil 7, my first ever playthrough, because I never got through the beginning and I rage quit. So this time I'm gonna try going through it because that game is terrifying. And then on top of that, on the nice linear days, Walking Dead series, Telltale series.
Okay, which is fantastic. And I'm also, by the way, I'm a huge fan of the. I think the RE remakes are great. I've not played Seven myself. There's people that wanted me to play that. Um,
Ooh.
and yeah, I it's been forever since I played Resident Evil 1. You're talking about the remake for the GameCube, right? The
Uh,
remastered version.
it's a remastered version. So Xbox, I'm an Xbox gamer by the way,
Oh,
and
okay.
uh, they had a Capcom sale. So every Capcom game was like $20 to
Okay.
$15. So I got the Resident Evil games for like $10, and I got Okami for $11, which I finished. And
That's one of my favorite games. I love that game.
amazing. I think I drove my chat crazy with that game, especially the fact that I'm like, it said it's 30 hours and it took me almost 60 hours to complete it. But we're not gonna touch that because the internet lied to me. And so I've heard the Resident Evil 1 has a lot of puzzles, so I'm very I had no patience. So it's gonna be really fun to watch.
It does. The funny thing about Resident Evil games is, like, okay, so the puzzles in one, because you're in the mansion, you can kind of logic that it makes sense on some myopic level, but holy crap. And number two, when you're in a police department and they're like, you need the red ruby key to open the. I'm like, it's a police department. Like, there's not like they're not gonna have like a keychain behind the wall. They're like, all right, let me get the red ruby. Like, no. Like, I know that they were trying to keep continuity with the puzzles and stuff, but it was just one of those things that kind of was a little bit peevish of mine.
Oh,
Um,
that's gonna drive me crazy. Especially like I literally have a command that says I'm stuck. So that triggers one of my mods to Google everything for me because I'm like, okay, that's it, I'm over it. Google it. Let's get this over with. Let's do this.
yeah. Well, no, I completely understand, and there is something to be said about, I know some people are purists and they would say, oh, you can't Google anything, that's cheap. But if you're stuck on something for a while, and by the way, there's some puzzles in games that if you didn't Google them, there's no way you would know. There,
Absolutely.
I remember famously, there's a very old school game called Legend of Legaia. And in this game, the final you play as essentially three characters, turn-based RPG. It was really cool because they used like a fighting system is with a turn-based RPG. It was kind of cool. Um, but the final boss, essentially, can anytime it's his turn, he can one-shot any of your characters. And it becomes a point where you're trying to hope against hope that he doesn't just get two turns in a row and basically he's going to wipe your team. But at the very beginning of the game, in the very first, uh, oh hey, nice to meet you, Turtle. Hope you have fun, buddy. Uh, and it was the very first shop in the game. Behind one of the vases is a like it's like a PowerPoints card or something like that. It's a redeem like you were to go to a shop and get a redeemable card. From that point on, and the game never tells you this, from that point on, every time that you spend money at a shop, any shop, it's like half the value of that goes to points on the card. When you use the
Okay.
card in battle, it does that much points in damage to a boss. So if you actually want the easy way to beat the boss at the end, use that card after saving up all your points throughout the game, and this is the final boss, and you kill him. The
What?
game never tells you that ever. It never tells you that. So to kind of figure that out on your own, especially if you missed it, because you don't get to go back to the village at the very beginning. So like once you leave, like that's it. And it's stuff like that. Like old school RPGs in particular were notorious for being very harsh with their uh, I don't know what you want to call it, forgiveness as far as mistakes you might make. But I'm super
Yeah,
excited that you're going to be playing those. And Amnesia, amazing series. Played both of them. And one of my friends actually holds the world record for Soma, which is made by the people that did Amnesia.
I love Soma. So, it kind of corrupted my computer, and hopefully I could get
Oh,
like the I could get the console version of that game because I love Soma. Soma is a great thriller game. It's definitely on my list of like Dead Space and all the others. I'm not playing Isolation. One of my viewers wants me to play Alien Isolation so much. I dread it. I don't know. I've seen streams and it looks super creepy. I even gave a chance for Prey, and Prey is definitely very complicated and very difficult game.
yeah,
And
I love that game. It was
Prey,
yeah, it was really really good. And the your brother in that, the one who's like the head of the program or whatever in Prey, uh he is the actor that is one of the monks in Doctor Strange, and
oh, okay.
he also played um which con was it? He played in Marco Polo on Netflix.
Oh, nice. We better pray for her to play Prey. Yeah,
So
that's not happening. Zach. Oh,
uh
someone's asking when is Q&A?
the Q&A is always at the end dyslexian. So whenever that happens to be, there's no real set time, but it always comes at the end of the interviews. Um, but if you want to ask your question already, buddy, then we can either save it for later, um, or we can take just a moment now. I just don't want to get too far away from the talking about like the content creation and stuff like that. Even though we're talking about horror games, makes me a bit hypocritical because I kind of wanted to go on my own tangent with horror games. But um, I would definitely recommend all the ones that you talked about are absolutely fantastic. So you played Dead Space as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I don't I have it for PC and it's a little heavy on my computer, so I can't stream it, but I have played it.
Okay. Another one that I would highly recommend checking out is and let me make sure that I get the name right. If you want to go ahead and ask your question right now, Dyslexian, if you want to ask one, you're more than welcome to, buddy. And she's in chat as well, so.
Hi, you're in chat. Hello.
Let's see, it came out. Oh, there it is. I want to make sure that because I was blanking on it. Visage.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah,
What's my favorite color and dog breed? This is my favorite color. It's purple. Purple's my favorite color. And I really don't have a favorite dog breed because I don't have a pet. But if I if I ever want a dog, I want like either a husky or um Maltese. They're really cute.
I that's my favorite breed, husky.
Yeah,
So
they're really cute.
yeah, high energy dogs apparently, super high energy. Uh,
Although my favorite animals are owls, as you can tell. I love owls.
well, I should have spammed owls then, instead of otters. Um,
Yeah.
Otters are one of my favorites. My guilty pleasure is to go to YouTube and watch like the river otter videos with like Otter Sakura and all that stuff. The most adorable things ever. Okay,
Aw.
so going back to content creation and all that stuff.
Okay.
Um, what was it like the first time that you hit that go live button on Twitch?
The 2 year experience or this year experience?
Um, let's go with both.
So I had this account for 2 years. And I hit 300 followers pretty fast. I actually could have hit affiliate last year, but I had a very bad experience when I streamed on Twitch, and
Mm.
I was streaming Zelda Breath of the Wild, and someone was being really really mean to me, and I was like, oh, I don't like this platform. It's just no, this is not my thing, and that's why I went to Facebook Gaming, and I'm like, oh, don't go to Twitch. I don't like Twitch. Da 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 da. So look at me now, 2020. So, let's fast forward to 2020. I came back to my account, and I can't believe I still have this account. And it was sitting, I was still getting followers without streaming. I had like uploads for my Twitch Sing stuff because I still like play Twitch Sings to play around. And I had over like almost 400 followers. And I'm like, why am I getting followers? I don't even stream on this. So when I hit the go live button and I streamed Sonic Generations, I was like, I made sure I made a post on Facebook like, hey everyone, I'm doing a Twitch stream. If you want to come and join, I'm trying to hit affiliate and join me. And it kind of worked. I also had like a random come in who like gave me a shout out and hosted me, and
Oh,
I
cool.
hit affiliate in 1 week because everything was set. I just had to do the hours and the days, I think it was, and get the viewers. And the days and hours were easy. The viewers were kind of hard. But when I was on the road to affiliate, I was hitting like 6 to 8 viewers. So I automatically got affiliate. It was really, really cool. And that was like March of this year that I hit affiliate. So, and when I hit the go live button, it was definitely taking a risk due to the fact that like of my first past experience of like yeah, but after Amazon purchased Twitch, I think it's changed for the better, but that's my opinion.
Okay. How did you? Because I think that there are a lot of people who kind of stay away from. For the longest time, I avoided social media like the plague simply because, boy, that saying has a different meaning now that we're in a pandemic. Um, I avoided it as much as possible because I thought to myself, all the negatives you hear about social media, especially I think Twitter might actually be the worst one. Every 5 seconds there's somebody saying that that this person needs to be canceled, this person needs to be canceled, et cetera, et cetera. Which I have my own opinions on that, but I I think that for me, I didn't have necessarily a bad experience with my first sessions of going live, because I mostly just had friends from other communities in my chat. But I do know that people have had that. How did you kind of uh, galvanize yourself to go back at it and give it another shot, especially going from like Facebook gaming?
That's actually a really really good question because on Facebook Gaming I have about 10,000 followers,
Oh, wow.
and starting over was, really it was really bittersweet. But looking at the numbers, and I didn't even pay attention to the numbers. I pay attention more to like who's actually checking out my content or having a real great time on my stream. And it's been super awesome, and I'm super happy I gave Twitch a second chance because I never want to leave. I enjoy it. My mom even comes to my stream. She's
Oh,
actually one of my
awesome.
yeah, she's one of my moderators. Her name is Mama Dream 64, and she is super supportive. And she's like, oh, "Are you gonna stream? Are you gonna stream? Like, I want to lurk. I want to lurk." I'm like, "Okay, okay, I'm gonna stream." And so it's so cool. And from starting over, it's definitely quality over quantity because I am having such a blast time, growing slowly but surely. There's many quotes, and I've watched a lot of interviews about different Twitch streamers saying that it's a marathon, not a race. You can't like rush it. So yeah. Hi, the chat. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that. So, if somebody had a bad experience, would you encourage them, after taking a break? Because I think it's important to not just push yourself back into it immediately for the sake of, uh, anything other than, as they say, the love of the game. Don't push yourself back into it if you're not ready to yet. But for people that had a bad experience, maybe they tried streaming last year, had a bad experience, they've been thinking, but they're not entirely sure. Would you say to give it another shot?
On Twitch
Yeah,
itself?
yeah.
Absolutely. So after the situation with Facebook, I was using multi-streaming software because before affiliate you're allowed to multi-stream
Hmm.
because you're not set. So I was multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch. And when I was streaming on YouTube, it was actually toxic. It reminded me all over about the Twitch experience I had
Mm.
the first time I streamed on Twitch. And then when I stream on Twitch, it was more friendly, and there's like more sources and interaction stuff that you could use on your OBS or your whatever software that you use for streaming to actually interact with the chat, and that helps tremendously due to the fact that it helps you get to know your viewers. So, yeah. So, I've actually have given a lot of advice to former Facebook gamers to give Twitch a try. And a lot of people have took my advice and they're like, "Wow, thank you so much. You're awesome for recommending this." And yeah, so go for it. Take risk.
If somebody were, zero experience, let's say, they had no experience with YouTube, with Twitch, with Facebook gaming, which one would you recommend that they first try? Would it be Twitch?
The first one to try will probably be YouTube gaming. uh
Okay.
Due to that YouTube is bigger, and your lives will be uploaded to the channel and they're actually easier to search on Google. Because
Okay.
if you search for Twitch streams, it's actually not Google friendly. Since Google bought YouTube, YouTube its videos are so much easier to find, and then you can link your
Okay.
Twitch onto the description of the video and stuff. So that is definitely really helpful, and that's in my opinion, the fact that YouTube could actually help them get there as well. Facebook gaming could definitely be also a good beginner step because you could actually combine your personal page to become a gaming video creators page, and they will automatically be your followers. All you have to do is just do hours. Like, you don't even have to hit a view average. You have to stream a certain amount of days, stream a certain amount of hours, and get 100 followers. And boom, you get the level up program. That's what it's called. And
I like that.
so yeah, you could definitely start YouTube, give Facebook a try, and then jump on the Twitch bandwagon because Twitch is definitely has been around way longer. Well, YouTube has been longer than Twitch actually, but Twitch has been longer in the gaming aspects, and because Twitch was actually before Twitch, it was actually wasn't it like something TV, and then it just became Twitch.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna bug me now. I gotta look that up
yeah, yeah,
because it was named after like one dude or something like that.
yes, it was, and it was mostly just IRL streams. Hi everyone in the chat.
Justin
Hello.
TV. Justin
Yes,
Justin.tv.
Destin.tv. That's exactly what it's called, and now it's called Twitch. And that is pretty. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, hey, Justin, you probably made a lot of money selling it. I'm sure. It's like Tom from MySpace. That's right. That's how old I am.
I
uh,
used to have my I used to
okay.
have my place, and
Um.
I love lunapic.com was my favorite website to decorate my stuff.
Oh.
Here,
I just remember how many viruses we got trying to download those, like those background formats and stuff like that.
I used to
Antivirus,
make I used to make them, so those were pretty fun.
which
But
you're,
yeah,
that kind of segues into what you're going to school for, right?
yeah, that's correct. I am a media communications major. So
Okay.
at the moment, I've been learning how to like edit videos using Adobe Premiere. I cheat my way out using Filmora because it's quicker, but I'm definitely learning how to use Adobe and Photoshop and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So he went to Yale and
Oh
didn't
wow.
didn't
Nice.
Mark Zuckerberg, wasn't he in Harvard or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Mark was in Harvard. It's crazy.
Um,
Well,
Zach,
oh,
and that's why I use DuckDuckGo. I'm sorry. Uh,
fair enough.
no, I'm joking. Uh, I mean, I do use it sometimes, but uh, I used to use Mozilla a lot more, Firefox. But
Yeah.
that's because um, when I went to Mozilla was actually made by a group in IU Bloomington, and that's where I got one of my degrees
Hmm.
from. So it was kind of one of those things where that was always promoted because it was from the campus. But anyways, uh, I do want to ask. I was going to ask some stuff about the mental health, but since you already had an interview about that, at some point I want to ask you: would you want to just
So
link?
part two, or
We
link
could
the
we could do part two, or if you want to link the VOD, um,
yeah,
you could you could
absolutely.
always do that.
I could I could totally do that. This is Nightbot won't block me, right?
No,
Nightbot.
it will. Nightbot is touchy. Okay, hang on. So let me permit you.
Oh no, I'll just write on the Discord and then you could share it later. Fair
Okay.
enough.
Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, because I don't want to get blocked by Nightbot. I have a really big hate for Nightbot.
Uh,
There we go. I think it's that one.
Nightbot's kind of like the bouncer that if you own the club, it would still ask you for ID. It's like my name's on. Like I
Yeah,
still can't get in.
I love Stream Elements. Stream Elements so chill.
Okay, I might have to look into switching to that. There's so many bots and stuff like that. So, and when I play games, I also am a bot. Anyways, sorry. So I want to before we start moving to the Q&A, I do want to touch on one thing in particular, the Twitch Sings. Um,
Oh.
Twitch Sings is did it already end or is it still in the process of ending?
So it's ending on January 1st, 2021.
Okay.
However, I'm gonna end my Twitch Sing streams on December 1st because they're gonna be removing broadcasts, they're gonna be removing clips. So, before the end of November, I'll be downloading. Well, I already have them pre-recorded, but like my uploads, I'm gonna definitely like download them so I can save them and upload them until like make like a memory montage on YouTube or something. Because Twitch Sings definitely helped a lot to grow a community. It's as an affiliate, you can host parties and people could sing with you, or you could sing with them, or you could do duets, and it definitely those are like my popular streams because I do that every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it was definitely a hit. It became like a normal routine, and everyone enjoyed them.
So what is your background musically? Because you had mentioned earlier at the very beginning that you were singing before ever coming to Twitch.
Yeah, I'm a pop singer, but I was classically trained in college for a couple of years.
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah, so I sing like the classical opera. My tone is a soprano, and the pop songs are like just really pop. Hey, Sleeping Wolf. Yeah, the gang is coming in.
Oh, awesome. I like all the wolf names.
I
Um,
have a lot of wolves in the galaxy. I have a lot. I have Lone Wolf, Wolf Moon,
you know
Sleeping Wolf,
they seem to run in
Werewolf.
packs. I'm sorry. I You're welcome. Any, anyways, um, I think that's awesome. I cannot sing to save my life, but I have a musical background in guitar, bass, and
If you could open your mouth to talk, you can open your mouth to sing.
well, you say that. Unfortunately, I have a bit of a condition that makes it hard to sing somewhat. So,
Fair enough, fair enough.
hell from sleep deprived of you. Hey, what's going on, Karma? How you doing, buddy? But what made you decide to kind of take that skill set and translate it over to Twitch and just get
Uh,
just I guess the gaming platforms in general?
the singing you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So before all the DMCA's crackdown and all that, I used to like actually use channel points for my viewers to use them so I could sing any song for
Mm.
them. And it definitely helped bring like an entertainment aspect and step away from the game for a little bit because I switched scenes and I started singing a song for them. I still do songs, but I invent them my song. I do improvs,
Oh,
so I
okay,
use like a copyright free beat, and they have to redeem the points. You can
that's
check on my
awesome.
one of my highlights. I did one about string cheese and salami. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But after Twitch Sings is gone, I might just do karaoke parties on my Discord, and maybe that will become a thing. Who knows?
Okay, I think that that's awesome. You know, there was a guy that I met who did League of Legends and he did improv rap. Like he would make a beat on his phone and then he would do an improv rap about a topic that somebody uh, did a channel points reward for. I always thought that that was cool. Um,
Yeah.
and he played Gragas. If anybody's ever played League of Legends, it was just kind of interesting. Looks like the absolute antithesis of Gragas too. Um, but what would you? since you had a particular skill set, that makes it sound like Liam Neeson in Taken. But if you had a particular skill set and you were looking to do content creation, how would you tell somebody again that was a new content creator or something to kind of maximize their value set outside of Twitch, whether it be digital media, art? I mean, do you think that that's something that everybody should try to take advantage of? Is that their particular skill sets?
Definitely use your social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now TikTok. TikTok is actually really helpful with discoverability. I'm always finding game streamers there, and they give awesome advice. Like I found out advice on different sites and stuff. I'm also in this website called Nurko, which I give a big shout out of being a staff member with them, and we help build a community and streamers to step on that foot on the road to affiliate. And it's cool because it's like a Facebook for gamers. And when you go live, there's like a live button, and it shows like a whole bunch of people live, and people could choose which streamer to check out on that site. So
Okay,
yeah, it's really nice to help.
so it's a
I'll give
little
you more
bit like
information about that too.
sure, it's more like it sounds like a little bit like the stream team pages that people have.
Yeah, it's like that, but we're not a stream team whatsoever. You're your own creator and you do what you want to do that is based on your content. It's based on what you're focused on.
Okay. I think one of your uh, mods was like and her hate of ASMR.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my other, yeah, that's my other mod. Yeah, I don't like ASMR. I actually make fun of it. But I do have channel points for like 5 minutes of
same.
ASMR.
I think actually, literally, I have 5 minutes to. Hang on, what was it? Yeah, exactly. ASMR for 5 minutes.
And then I rose the whole stream of ASMR to 1 million channel points. And that will consist of a 2-hour ASMR stream about me eating and being really, really creepy for 2 hours. So,
I can't do it. No disrespect to people. Look, if you enjoy it, have at it. But like
no, no,
when I'm
it's
sitting
me
there.
making fun of it, though. It's me making
Oh,
fun of it.
oh no. What,
So,
what I was gonna say when I'm sitting there, like I cannot, like I can go eat at a restaurant because there's other noise, but if it's literally dead quiet, I'm just hearing another person chew. I'm just sitting there like, I'm about to like grind my teeth down to like the nubs. Like I just like I can't do it. Like especially if it's something like cereal, I don't know why. But it's like, there's like a woodpecker like pecking outside the tree. Like I can't handle it. I've heard, you know, animals just like squirrels fighting on top of my roof, and it's been less annoying than hearing people eat. I can't do it. Like it's nothing against them. I can't do it. Um,
aw.
should I make him ASMR? That is not. You cannot catch that in an interview. That will annoy the guest to death.
I, I love it. I
No,
just
no,
love
no,
it.
no, no.
Because what
It'll
happened
annoy
is,
you. We don't.
what happened what happened is that I used to do a lot of virtual novels. I definitely gonna go back to virtual novels, but I kind of ran out of memory and I want to finish the games that I own first, and I'm coming with a different theme every month. So I do visual novels, and my viewers, they know that visual novels requires lots of reading, so they want me to whisper the entire story to them. So it's torturous, especially during virtual novel days.
Okay. Um, I
Yeah.
Dragon, don't you dare. Uh, no, Dragon's one of my dear friends, and as well as obviously
Aw,
you can see a mod, but he's one of the best people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing.
that's
Um,
the best.
but okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to move to the
You have to do it.
I oh my god. All right. All right. So before I do that, hang on, I'm going to set my clock. Before I do that, we're going to move to um, the Q&A.
And wow, 50,000 points?
Yes.
Ooh, I gotta take your advice. Mine is like 8,000 and they complain.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So we're gonna go to the Q&A section now. So if anybody wants to ask any questions, of course, we always memes are fine, but I mean we always try to keep it somewhat on topic. Obviously, no breaking TOS. I don't think anybody's gonna do that, but I always you know, uh, have to remind everybody. So give everybody a minute if they want to. I really need the Jeopardy theme. Uh, but give everybody a minute to go ahead and get their questions ready, and I guess I will start the. I haven't started the clock yet. Okay, look, I haven't started the clock yet. Okay, I will do the ASMR when we get like the first question. So okay, so that should be a prompt, Dragon. If you want to get it started, you need to ask the first question. We already had two questions from Dyslexian earlier, but I don't even know how to do ASMR. Do you do it like this? Do you just whisper into the mic? Is that all it is? I don't like what the hell is this? So much, Dragon. I hate you so much right now. I swear to God. I sound like I'm talking to you in the movie theater, and you won't keep chewing on your popcorn. And now you're just kind of annoying everybody, and now I'm gonna like this. I'm editing this out of the YouTube portion. I just want you to know that. God damn it.
Sorry, that was so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're editing that out of the YouTube? That would have been really funny to keep in the YouTube video.
Look, okay, I know it's cringe. I know it's cringe. I don't want to be doing this. I swear to God. Oh, of course I get rated now. God, friggin' Richard, leave. Don't remove the raid. I have to do ASMR. Remove it. Leave. Bye. Everybody come back at a different time.
Oh boy, this is funny. And it's funny because you're using like a gaming mic. You're not using this kind of mic, so yeah.
Dragon cashed in the reward. No, he cashed in the reward. I have no control over this. I lost control of my own channel years ago.
I hope so. So I could show up on my stream. That would be great.
I'm immediately removing it after this. It will never happen again. Does anybody have any questions? Holy crap.
Yes, we have questions. Ask me any questions. I am an open book. And if you're a streamer and you want advice, I'm more than happy to give you advice. Not technological advice because I use XSplit to stream. I don't know anything about Streamlabs.
Can we get a shout out for Richard? Mod. Hello. Dragon. I know you're laughing right now, but can we get a freaking. Yeah, I don't have a high end mic for this. I sound like a telemarketer. Like being really quiet. Like, can we get this dude a deal? I don't know. Now he keeps complaining about the warranty. Now I know he bought the fridge like 10 years ago. No, I know, but like he's still complaining about it. Like, no, I know. No, no. Yeah, no, can we get him a deal?
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Imagine. I imagine like my viewers put ASMR while I'm playing Batman and I have to whisper on Batman in a deep voice. That would be cringy.
I'm Batman.
No.
I can't do it. I don't know how to do this in the first place. Like, I'm Batman. I can't.
So you say it in deep voice first, be like, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Or something like that. I don't know. It's so cringy. So sorry. Jagan says, keep it going, buddy.
Do we have any questions? Like, we should be asking questions now at this point. I know you all think this is funny, but questions. I'll read the questions in ASMR for like the next 40 seconds.
Chocolate, Wolf Moon, Dragon.
Okay,
Who
okay,
else is in this chat?
okay, fine. I have a question.
Sure, what's the question?
What's your favorite musical? Why do I sound like the dude from Scream when I say that now?
I don't even understand a word you're
What is your favorite musical? Musical.
saying. Musical. Um, oh my goodness, I've seen a lot of Broadway shows, so I think my favorite musical was definitely The Lion King and The Little Mermaid when it was on Broadway. I also seen Frozen and Phantom of the Opera. So definitely The Lion King and The Little Mermaid were my two favorite musicals. What is my favorite food to eat on stream? Chips. Especially when I crunch on chips, it's great. Especially when I go like really next to the mic. And apples. You know I love my apples. Hopefully we have apples tonight, by the way. What is my favorite scary movie? Favorite scary movie. The Grudge. My favorite, I guess.
Okay, PogChamp. Dragon, I swear to God. Um, no, I was saying I sound like the dude. Uh, I sound like the dude from Scream when he's talking on the phone. Like, what's your favorite scary movie? Like, he's whispering in the phone. Like, so sorry about that. I,
It's
uh,
okay.
I, yeah, yeah. So, in a completely unrelated note, a mod position just freed up in my chat. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, everybody's entertained by it. I wouldn't do it in there if I. You know, she's like, I didn't come for drama. um, yeah, I wouldn't put it in there if I didn't want to do it. Um, so, but that is why it's 50,000 points. I think actually it's the first person to cash that in. And Richard, thank you so much again for the raid, brother. Let's see here. Have you? Okay, so I have a question. So you like horror games? You like horror films? Have you seen any like the big horror shows that have come out in the last couple of years, like American Horror Story? Um, have you seen
I I saw the haunting one
House
in
on
Netflix on
House
the
on
hill.
Yeah, yeah.
That
That
one was that was creepy.
that one was fantastic. Um,
No spoilers because a lot of people haven't seen it, but
yeah, yeah.
definitely a must see, especially it's more of like a psychological horror kind of thing.
hmm
So I love those type of things because another horror movie I forgot to mention is Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro. It's one of my favorite
I don't think I've
psychological thrillers.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's really good. It's definitely about mental health. I love things that like considers with mental health, schizophrenia, stuff like that. Especially like not a horror movie, but Silence of the Lambs is definitely one of my top favorite movies, and The Shining because I love Stephen King.
Okay. Um, so what in particular about horror coinciding with mental health kind of interests you?
The fact is, certain so when you watch a horror movie, you get an adrenaline rush and you get scared and stuff. But on top of that, with like the characters in the movie itself, like they portray themselves. Some of them are either like schizophrenia, or some of them are like loners, or like another thing is what's another one, like the butterfly effect. Not a
Okay.
horror movie, but it's a psychological like kind of
It's a
trippy
thriller, yeah.
movie, the thriller, and stuff like that. It definitely makes you think out as the viewer. I just bit my tongue,
Oh, sorry.
but that hurt. But it definitely makes you think as the viewer, and you want to put yourself in their shoes and see how would you solve the issues that they were solving in a different way and see if you get a different outcome. And that's how I feel with like video games and horror games as well. Like even though Life is Strange is not a horror game, it's definitely like a real life simulation kind of thing with real life events that could happen. Of course, the magic powers is not a real thing, but other than that, just the story itself, how it unfolds. Um, Favorite series of the world, by the way, and how it unfolds is definitely breathtaking and jaw dropping because you wouldn't expect that of a certain character.
Well, it's funny you mentioned both in the same breath because to me when I played Life is Strange, it immediately reminded me of the butterfly effect.
Exactly. That's exactly what it reminded me of too, as well,
S-
especially with the time shifting and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I also want to mention about like the new themes I'm going for the month. So October is Scaretober. November is Switchvember, so I'll be playing Nintendo Switch games. And then December will be Retrocember. So that's
Oh,
gonna be
cool.
really fun. That's gonna be really fun. So,
Because I was going
um,
to ask you about upcoming events you have. Do you have any charity events or anything like that coming up?
I definitely want to do my first charity when I hit 5,000 followers. That's definitely what my goal is, 5,000.
Okay.
And then I want to do my first 24-hour stream when I hit 10,000 followers. I know it sounds like big numbers, but I definitely, the charity I would do is like either for like children's leukemia, cancer, suicide awareness, maybe Extra Life, because Extra Life has been contacting me because I went to VidCon last year and I actually signed an email and I told them I do game streams. So they do contact, they email a number of people to like, hey, we're doing this for a certain time of month and we would like you to participate.
Okay.
So yeah, it's that kind of thing. Oh my god, my nose itches. But yeah, it's
I
definitely
now I understand
cool.
allergies.
Yeah.
um, I well, I definitely can always send you horror recommendations and stuff like that. I've been trying to pick up like more horror novels myself, so stuff last month I read Dead Zone, so it's Stephen King. Um, and
Ooh, that's a good
I
one.
really want to read some of his short stories because I've heard that in recent years his short stories are even better.
Different seasons is a great one.
Okay. Um,
It has Shawshank Redemption and all the other
yeah,
stuff.
I've read Shawshank. I really like that one. And I read Green Mile as well. Um, Green Mile was really good as a novel. It was a good movie too. I think I do like the novel better though. I'm one of those people. Novelization.
Oh, yes, you have to play Doki Doki. That's an excellent
Oh no,
game.
I did. We were talking about it on one of my first streams and all that stuff,
It's
and
Zach's favorite game. Zach loves Doki Doki. It was actually the third year anniversary. I was in David's stream the other day, the developer, because he streams on Twitch,
okay,
and he was doing a charity for COVID, and it was really cool that it's 3 year anniversary because he was supposed to come up with the DLC, but after all this has happened, kind of slowed down the DLC because he was planning to do a sequel, but Doki Doki changed his life for good and bad due to the fact of a lot of controversy, and on top of that, it became popular in a really big, massive way, especially in streaming. And for the good and bad, because that game definitely will give you nightmares.
yeah. Well, and when you have that much success as a creator, there's always the pressure to follow it up or succeed it, and or surpass it, I should say. And I think
Yeah.
like because I've told people before her whole controversy with what she's saying on Twitter, I did tell people that J.K. Rowling kind of uh, got herself in a bind because she will never surpass the success of Harry Potter ever.
Absolutely. And especially the fact that she kind of put herself in the fire with that with what she said, which I really don't pay attention to Twitter drama at all. I kind of stay away from it, but I do see it in trending. She kind of put herself in the fire and she looked for it. But if she wants to try to get a comeback, she will by there's that new Harry Potter game that's going to be coming up for the PlayStation. So yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of creators, once they have their magnum opus early, if you will, like it's hard for them to come back. So I understand when you're talking about him, um, the good and bad of his success. I do want to ask you though, if you had a game that you would like to see a sequel for that currently doesn't have one, what would it be?
Huh. Oh wow. Huh. Um. Hmm. Let me I've got to definitely check my channel, what games I've completed, and see. Because that's actually a really good question. A game that doesn't have a sequel. Hmm. My friend is Pedro. My friend is Pedro definitely needs a sequel.
Okay.
Eh, which is basically a 2D platform game.
With the
It's like
banana.
with the banana. I can't spoil about the banana. You have to play the game to find out. And it was really a bizarre game, and the ending kind of left you in a cliffhanger. So I
Okay.
definitely, hopefully, think they have, wish they have a second for that one. Right? My friend Pedro too would be amazing. I like this person already. Very nice. Okami needs a sequel, even though I have it for the DS. I don't think that counts in my opinion. Okami should definitely have a sequel as well because I actually loved Okami uh a lot. Um, and it was just amazing. And then there's games that I am waiting for sequels, like The Little Nightmares 2, I'm waiting for the sequel. Hellblade 2, I'm waiting for the sequel. Um, um, hmm. There's one more game that should have a sequel as well. Oh, The Wolf Among Us 2, I've been waiting for the sequel forever. Um,
Which unfortunately that one probably won't happen, just because Telltale had
No,
said.
they said they were gonna release it.
Really?
They've been saying that they're gonna release it, and there's just haven't been no articles after that. So it's really kind of sucks in a way. But yeah. Another game that should have a sequel is uh um hmm. Wow, I played a lot of indie games. You're right, chat. Holy moly. Max Curse of Brotherhood 2. Max Curse of Brotherhood is such a fun game. It was actually free as an Amazon Prime member.
Hmm.
You get like free games. I had it free before because it was free for Xbox, and it's such a cute game. Your little brother, you wish your brother away, and he got kidnapped, and you use like these crayons, and you actually like draw these lines and control the elements around you.
Okami.
So it's like kinda, yeah, it's like Okami, but this actually came out before Okami, which is
Oh, did it?
pretty, yeah, it did. And the thing with the Max Curse of Brotherhood is it's like a platform kind of game in a way. And a second one would be really cool. Oh, people want a second part of your
No, we're
ASMR.
not. No, no.
Oh, your chat is funny.
You'll get an angry text from me later, Vendetta. I know Vendetta outside of Twitch. Spicy Dough in the
Oh,
Discord.
n-
Yep. Very, very,
nice,
very, very good friend of mine. Very awesome person. Hey, Clara, what's
nice.
going on, buddy? Um,
Also, if you have Epic Games, I suggest all of you to download Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's free.
oh, okay. That's one of the classics. I always remembered the haggling portion where you were like trying to like get their hand to like come closer to your side, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I got Sims for $5, and I don't even like The Sims, but it was $5, so I'm like, why not? Maybe I get bored and maybe I'll play it and get successful. But definitely Roller Coaster Tycoon is free and it's the collection.
I
Oh, you
uh,
got a sub.
I
Yeah.
got Clara is a very good friend, very very sweet person. Um,
Hi.
also awesome streamer. Uh, and I got I just picked up Command and Conquer. I do really have I kind of want to be one of those people that again it's a tad hypocritical because I'm against a lot of remakes and sequels. Like at some point during our lifetime, they will remake like The Godfather and all that stuff. Lord of the Rings, I'm sure we'll get another um, another trilogy. And I'm usually against that stuff, but for some reason, when they have like a remastered version of Command and Conquer or whatever, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up. So I would love to pick up like a remastered version of like Diablo or Diablo 2 or something like that. Um,
Nice. That sounds really cool.
Blizzard,
Okay.
do something good. Stop screwing up
I don't,
Overwatch and go remaster something good this time, not Warcraft 3. So what were you gonna say?
so you wanted to know the lineup for the future months, correct?
hmm
All right. So I had this game for about a year and I haven't even opened it yet. It's Mario Odyssey,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll be debuting this, opening it live on stream and putting it in the system in November 1st.
Okay.
So that's gonna be fun. Then I'll be playing Luigi's Mansion 3 and Link's
Mario. I
and then
love Luigi.
Link's Awakening the remake. So
Okay.
that's going to be fun. That's my fun packed games on Switch because I heard Mario Odyssey is a pretty long game. So 3 games for November. And then on December, I'll be playing Lion King, Aladdin, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and Jet Force Gemini.
Okay. Uh, Conker's Bad Fur Day is a guilty pleasure among a lot of friends and I because it's just such crude humor, but it is really good. And that's awesome that I actually get to hear somebody mention Jet Force Gemini.
That
Because,
is a gem. That is a gem.
yeah,
I love that dog. The dog is my favorite. The dog and of course the girl, one of my favorites as well.
yeah. For those of you, let's see if I can find a trailer for that. That was such an amazing game.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have this thing called Rare Replay, and it has 30 games. And
oh,
Jet Force
okay.
Gemini, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo Kazooie, and Battletoads, and all those games are in there. So yeah. I also want to play the remake of Battletoads, the new one, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But I give it a try.
Yeah, Jet
You've been
Force.
playing You've been playing Mario Sunshine? Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna make an announcement. I actually picked up the Super Mario 3D All Stars, and I'm not opening yet either, because I don't want to open it yet. I might play this like 2021 or 2022. Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of the older games, actually one of the ones I got that I'd love to play on stream sometime is Jet Set Radio. Uh,
Oh, don't get me started. All right, so Jet Set Radio is a good game, but Jet Set Radio Future is the one they need to remaster. I've been
I don't
oh
remember if I
I got
played that one or not. I don't remember because I played the first one. I know that because I love it. But I don't know if I got a chance to play uh, Future.
so Jet Set Radio Future is definitely almost like the same thing as like Jet Set Radio, but it's in story mode and you have like actual levels and you actually have like free roam going on
Okay,
and the music is so good and like
I
so
remember.
yeah.
Or I used to love the music in games like Crazy Taxi and all that stuff. Um,
Off a taxi, choose your player or choose your driver. Something like that.
yeah, the old school Virtual Fighter, all those stuff. That's the stuff that we'd go to the arcades and play. Time Crisis, um, House of the
Yeah.
Dead, stuff like that.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
I actually have House of the Dead for my PC, but it got corrupted, so I
What
can't play it anymore.
was it? Uh, Typewriter of the Dead or what?
No, it was the PC version of House of the Dead 1 and 2, and it was Xbox controller friendly.
Oh no, there's a an actual game called like Typewriter of the Dead. It was House of the Dead, but you type out words instead, and that's how you killed the
What?
enemies. Yeah, that's how you killed the enemies or dodged or something like that. Yeah.
That actually sounds fun.
Let's see. Hang on.
Typewriter of the Dead.
Typewriter of the Dead. Uh, Typing of the Dead. The Typing of the Dead.
The typing of the dead. Huh.
Here you go. Put it in chat. So, okay.
Oh, I see it, and it's on Steam. It came out 2013. Huh.
Um,
Oh no. I might have to add that for Scaretober. Typing and killing zombies. Awesome. Education and violence.
Yeah, my typing skills have never become more handy. I can survive a zombie apocalypse. Just give me a typewriter, but not any of the ones from Resident Evil because those things take an increment every 3 seconds.
This game actually has really good reviews and it's $20. Zach, get it for me. I want it.
So, um, okay. So I think what we're gonna do, Ale, was there anything else that you wanted to um, talk about? We
I
have
know.
stuff to say for next time, but
I definitely want to do like a part two whenever you want to. It was nice to actually get to know you as a streamer as well because I've actually seen your streams. You play a lot of like Overwatch, I noticed, and
yeah, I wish I didn't.
I don't actually like Overwatch, but I like your energy and your attitude. So yeah.
I appreciate that. Um, well, I think if that's going to, I think if that's going to, uh, not your ATM. I think if that's going to be the end of part one, we will definitely do a part two in the future, 100%. Um, and were so you were you going to go ahead and stream after this?
Well, it takes me a while to set up, so I gotta like, do my stretching,
Okay.
make sure make sure there's nothing breakable near me and stuff. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It will take me like no more than 15-20 minutes to set up.
okay.
About
Well,
Yeah, I'm excited because I have to like make sure everything's working properly because I use the Xbox and my Elgato capture card hates me.
oh. Well, I tell you what. Let's see here. Few minutes. Well, let's do this then. Was there anybody that you would want to raid?
Ooh, I get to pick who to raid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Who should we raid? Let's see. Do, 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 do. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. I want to say. Oh, I know who we should raid. I'm gonna write it in the chat.
Okay.
The name is Landon T. Actually, no. Let's raid someone that's playing Bloodborne. Pretty fun.
Oh, okay. One of my favorite games.
And those are all threes, by the way. Let's raid him.
Okay. So let's see if I type.
Yeah.
The Red
That's a
Riddler.
yeah.
Oh,
The Red Riddler.
so okay. Let's make sure this got okay. Pog. So, all right, everybody. Um, well, we are going to toss it over to the Red Riddler. Want to thank again, Dream, so much for doing this. You were awesome. Thank you to everybody in your chat. Your chat was absolutely wonderful too. Thanks everybody from uh, you know, my chat, of course. Apparently, I'm full screen now. Uh, oh,
What happened?
I don't know. Did the cam cut out? It looked like the
Yeah,
cam cut
it
out.
did. It did. Do you still see me?
No, but no. That,
Oh,
wait.
now?
Yep. Okay, there we go.
Oh, that was weird. I don't know if that was my end or your end.
Um, I don't since my stream didn't end. I think it was on your end, but it's okay. So thank you
Oh.
all so much. You all are awesome. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for the host, the bit. Thank you for the any follows, anything like that. I usually have alerts off so I can give full attention to the guest. But thank you all so much. Should be going live here in just a little bit again with Shady Spartan 7, who will tell us about his college gaming experience. And yeah, that should be at 9:30. So, all right, everybody,
Woo.
say hi to Riddler. Love you all so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye,
Woo.
everybody.
Bye.
Let's see here. make sure that this goes. Okay. Sometimes I have to talk even faster to
No, that was fun.
so